In the top stories, Prime Minister says Elevate program is science-driven and sustainable. OECS Director General implores region to make social empowerment a priority and traditional appreciation of daytime parade for Independence 41. The details on these stories and more after the break.
Have you heard about Kumar's grocery store at Needmont Estate, just after the water department? At Kumar's, we pride ourselves on helpful and friendly staff, great prices, and excellent service. Don't miss our weekend specials, starting every Thursday, and our super specials on Saturdays. We're open Monday to Thursday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Fridays and Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. So what are you waiting for? Check us out at Kumar's, where service is our pleasure.
It's something that you can't put into words. A buzz in the air. From the time you wake up, you're ready to go. The freedom, the fantasy, the fete. To know it is to live it and love it. You have to experience it. If you know, you know. Angostura White Oak Rum. New look, same vibes inside.
It has been 2 years since Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew led his team to victory at the polls to take over the reins of government. He and his team came to office on the promise of restoring our nation to its pre-COVID glory days, when good governance assured every citizen and resident was guaranteed economic stability and employment, quality health care and education, modern housing, and visionary social protections. But where are they now? And how do they measure up in delivering on the promises made to the people of St. Kitts and Nevis? Join me, Ebony Brandon, on ZIZ television for the limited episode series, The Nine, an era of transformation, as together we explore how Dr. Terence Drew and his government have followed through on their commitments to transforming the nation into the world's first sustainable island state.
Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Channel 5 Newscast. I am Shaira Flanders, nationally. During an appearance on ZIZ The Edge with Devon Cornelius, Prime Minister Honorable Dr. Terence Drew discussed why the government decided to adopt the Elevate program, stating that it is scientifically driven and sustainable.
We remember when the police officer said here that children were aspiring to be part of a program like that. So in that sense, you can't continue that. That is dangerous. Let's set up what you call the DON system. What we want is a program that is scientifically driven, that is sustainable, wouldn't put your banks, that would not be as corrupt to embezzle millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars.
The Elevate program, according to Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew, is designed to create sustainable solutions for youth and adults in conflicting with the law and or risk of entering into conflict with the law. Dr. Drew, who also serves as National Security Minister, presented data on the previous program from 2021 to 2022.
In 2021, only 7% of the participants joined in the whole of 2021. But in 2022, January to July 2022, 25% of the total number that we met joined in 2022, between January and July.
Of 2022?
Of 2022. I will say, because again, from my perspective, it was purely political. These were the issues. So the people of the country did not know this. They did not know where the money was going. Remember, that you had members of parliament denying that the program existed. And the reason why they deny it, because if they had admitted it, they would have had to give a fiscal account. Where is the money? How is the money being channeled?
When asked who will be held accountable for the alleged financial crimes perpetrated under the peace program, the Prime Minister said this.
Well, we have a case, as you know, there's a case coming up, a counter case that's coming up, and I think it will be in these assizes, where the issue of the development bank will come up, and these matters will definitely also be looked at. So I don't say much to it because of the case that is coming.
Prime Minister Drew expressed his concerns about the country's gang culture, but remained optimistic that a whole-of-society approach would be able to address the challenges.
It can. Let me tell you why. It has been scientifically studied, and it will work once it's implemented. So that is why everybody must be at the table. And once everybody's at the table doing his or her part, you will see it work. So in that sense, I'm asking the whole of society to come together.
That was Prime Minister and Minister of National Security, Honorable Dr. Terence Drew. And in other news, Dr. Dedicus Jules, Director General of the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, or OECS, says the essence of social empowerment is to create a culture of inclusion where people have equal access to resources. He was speaking during the opening ceremony of the 9th OECS Joint Council of Ministers meeting, which took place in St. Kitts and Nevis.
And let us be clear that social empowerment is not about creating massive programs of social welfare that perpetuate dependence on the state. It is about the provision of opportunity, the assertion of citizens' rights as equally as the assumption of their responsibilities. The essence of social empowerment is about creating an inclusive society where everyone has equal access to resources, education, healthcare, and opportunity, enabling full participation in social, economic, and political life.
Dr. Jules stated that accurate data is critical in addressing challenges that impact countries' ability to attain social empowerment.
Of the country poverty assessment and census data cannot be overstated. These tools provide the empirical foundation upon which we can measure progress towards the Sustainable Development Goals. They enable us to monitor the effectiveness of our social programs and ensure accountability. More importantly, they offer invaluable insights into the extent of poverty within our communities, allowing us to identify and prioritize support for the families most in need.
He emphasized the necessity of member states prioritizing population censuses to guarantee reliable data is collected to inform policy-making and decision-making. Honorable Dr. Jeffrey Hanley, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Education, stated that the government of St. Kitts and Nevis, recognizing the numerous obstacles that the country has as a small island developing state, but remains committed to the collective development of its citizens and residents. He also spoke to the challenges St. Kitts and Nevis and the region face in dealing with crime and violence.
Crime and violence continue to be a pervasive, multifaceted public health challenge for our member states, as we are not producers of guns, but are significantly challenged by their presence and impact on our people, our economies, and our images.
Jalen Monzak, CARICOM Youth Ambassador for St. Kitts and Nevis, described the OECS Council of Ministers meeting as an opportunity for the region to address obstacles impeding its growth. Also speaking at the event was Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Social Development and Gender Affairs, Azilla Clark. Meanwhile, St. Kitts and Nevis will return to its traditional celebration of Independence Day in 2024 as the parade is set to return to its usual time. It was a welcomed event last year when, for the 40th anniversary of independence for St. Kitts and Nevis, the idea was to recreate our flag-raising ceremony when independence was granted. ZIZ News met with Dr. Marcus Natter, co-chair of the Independence Organizing Committee, who spoke about the parade this year.
Last year for Independence Party, we wanted to recreate, so to speak, that very first independence in 1983 when the Union Jack was lowered and we raised our national flag, and that was done at midnight on that date, and so we wanted to recreate it. But traditionally, the parade is always in the morning, and so we have gone back to that for Independence 41. And who knows, maybe in later years we will go back to the night parade, but we reverted to the traditional 8 a.m. start.
The parade begins at 1 Park at 8 a.m. on Thursday, September 19th, then proceeds up to Camp Springfield. Preceding this, however, is National Heroes Day on September 16th. Dr. Natter also shared details about the ceremonies for that day.
We begin National Heroes Day always with a ceremony at the National Heroes Park at 8 a.m. over there at Connery, where we recognize our 5 national heroes, in particular as well our only living national hero, the Right Excellent Dr. Kennedy Alphonse Simmons. Then there will be a wreath-laying ceremony as well for C.A. Paul Southwell, His Excellency, so C.A. Paul Southwell. And then later in the afternoon at the Robert Bradshaw Memorial Park, there will also be a wreath-laying ceremony there.
Dr. Marcus Natter, co-chair of the Independence Organizing Committee. And after the break, Prime Minister Drew defends government's decision to construct new hospital, and registration for January 2025 CXC-CSEC examinations opens this month. Stay with us.
Are you tired of Wi-Fi dead zones in your home? The Cable has the ultimate solution with our whole home Wi-Fi coverage. Say goodbye to frustrating signal drops and hello to seamless connectivity in every corner of your home. No more
"Mom, my tablet's not working in my bedroom. My game is freezing, Daddy."
or WhatsApp calls dropping as you walk around the house. So many people struggle with dead zones and restricted Wi-Fi, and the Cable has the answer. Enjoy full blanket increased Wi-Fi coverage with installation in 48 hours or less. Whole home Wi-Fi coverage is here. Get the whole family connected today. Come in or call the Cable at 465-2588 to get your whole home Wi-Fi boost installed. The Cable, always giving you more. Terms and conditions apply.
Here are your Hornsford Value Mart IGA Independence 41 specials from September 5th through 18th. Now our Value Club Blue Tag specials. Essential Everyday Vinegar, just $13.99. Arm & Hammer Liquid Detergent, $19.99. General Mills cereals are just $14.99 each. Essential Everyday Grated Parmesan Cheese, just $11.99. Sunny Delight is just $11.99. Essential Everyday Cooking Oil Sprays, $9.99 each. And now our very low weekly value deals. Essential Everyday Ketchup, $4.99. Essential Everyday Mayonnaise, $19.99 each. Mealless Pasta, $5.99. IGA or Essential Everyday Mac and Cheese, $2.99. Irish Spring Soap, $11.99. Colgate Toothpaste, $6.99. Shop Smart, Shop Value Mart. Sea listo y haga sus compras aquí en Value Mart.
Did you know that Flow Scholarship Awards has been empowering high school students across the Federation since 1988?
Over the past 36 years, Flow has invested in $1.5 million in financial assistance towards this scholarship program.
Flow has proudly awarded scholarship to over 350 students and counselors.
Many of whom have gone on to have successful careers in the medical field, politics, education, and so much more.
Our Flow scholars are making real contributions to St. Kitts and Nevis.
And guess what? This year we get to do it all over again on September 5th. A new cohort of students will be awarded scholarships, and that means school expenses are covered from Form 1 all the way up to CFBC. That's textbooks, uniforms, and all associated expenses. Guys, isn't that just amazing? We're truly out here connecting communities and transforming lives. Stay tuned to our platform for updates.
Welcome back. The government of St. Kitts and Nevis has plans to build a new hospital that can resist severe shifts in global climate. That is according to the Prime Minister and Minister of Health, Honorable Dr. Terence Drew.
Climate change. Okay. The present hospital cannot sustain climate change. We get hit by a hurricane, it's gone. The roof was leaking for years. We just fixed the roof. So it's not an issue now, but if you were to get hit by a hurricane and it's gone, then people would say, why didn't the government do something, knowing that the hospital is the most important institution? So I have that knowledge.
Speaking in his capacity as Minister of Health, Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew provided an update on the ongoing discussions for the construction of the new hospital, which the government says would be climate smart.
Okay, we just signed off on the final specs of what the hospital would look like after significant consultation within among the health workers and healthcare and the health providers. We didn't just want the architect to just engineer to just come in and just say what the hospital wanted, their input.
Okay.
And so we have signed off on that. So right now we are very advanced. We are now in the process of soil testing, which is the scientific soil testing that's going to be done. Getting the preparations ready. So I can tell you that that is very, very advanced. Of course, to get to that point of the planning and all of that, the financing and get everything together. So to the people of St. Kitts and Nevis, the hospital is very, very advanced and construction will commence within the next few months.
Dr. Drew said while the intention is to construct a new hospital, his administration continues to address the existing issues at the present facility, adding that several upgrades have been made, such as the repair of the roof and training of medical professionals there.
So in a sense, I will say, Devon, is that we have invested significantly. So we are not waiting for the new hospital. We are addressing the issues at the present JNF. Go up there and look at the foyer. I don't know if you have visited. We modernize it. Go up there and see how many doctors working in the emergency room department, the most ever. Go up and look at the internists, the most ever. So I keep reinforcing that and saying that to show that we have invested significantly.
An offer and acceptance document was signed on Tuesday, May 2nd, 2024, between Prime Minister Drew and the President of the Overseas Engineering and Construction Company, OECS, Mr. H. Yoon-Ye James, for the construction of the new hospital. Meanwhile, still on the local scene, the Ministry of Education's media unit has advised that the registration period for the January 2025 CXC-CSEC examinations will open on Tuesday, September 17th, 2024, and close on Friday, October 11th, 2024 at 2 p.m. Prospective candidates are reminded that these dates are firm and no late registrations will be accepted. The ministry also advises that payment forms can be collected during regular working hours from the government treasury in St. Kitts or the Education Department in Nevis. Candidates in St. Kitts should note that completing payment at the Treasury does not finalize the registration. They must follow the instructions provided on the back of the payment form to complete the process. All candidates are encouraged to adhere to these guidelines to ensure successful registration. And in other news, Denny Harris of Lower Prickly Pear Alley, Bastille, St. Kitts, has been charged with possession of a firearm, possession of ammunition, possession of crack cocaine, and possession of crack cocaine with intent to supply. According to a statement issued by the police, the offenses were committed on September 7, 2024, stemming from a warranted search of premises on the same date by special teams. The team comprised the Special Services Unit, or SSU, and the Community Safety Response Unit, CSRU, of the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force, the St. Kitts Nevis Defense Force, and the Joint Security Operations Tactical Team, JSOTT. The search led to the recovery of one Ruger pistol with a magazine containing 9 matching rounds of ammunition, the seizure of 3 jars of cocaine that was later confirmed to be such. The charges of possession of firearm and possession of ammunition were laid on Monday, and the 2 drug charges Tuesday. And coming up in regional news, a prison officer charged with murder of inmate in Antigua. The details when we come back.
Are you tired of Wi-Fi dead zones in your home? The Cable has the ultimate solution with our whole home Wi-Fi coverage. Say goodbye to frustrating signal drops and hello to seamless connectivity in every corner of your home. No more
Mom, my tablet's not working in my bedroom. My game is freezing, Daddy.
or WhatsApp calls dropping as you walk around the house. So many people struggle with dead zones and restricted Wi-Fi, and the Cable has the answer. Enjoy full blanket increased Wi-Fi coverage with installation in 48 hours or less. Whole home Wi-Fi coverage is here. Get the whole family connected today. Come in or call the Cable at 465-2588 to get your whole home Wi-Fi boost installed. The Cable, always giving you more. Terms and conditions apply. This hurricane season, don't wait until it's too late. Hosford's Building Center and Nevis Center are here to help. Get prepared with our Hurricane Ready Savings event. From now until the end of October, get a massive 25% off on all your hurricane preparedness essentials. We're talking tarps, lamps, generators, and more, all at a quarter of the price. And stay safe with 25% off all protective gear and roofing products. Whether you're bracing your home or stacking up for an emergency, Hosford's has got you covered. Visit Hosford's Building Center and Nevis Center today. Our expert team is ready to help you find everything you need to weather the storm. Don't wait. Prepare now and save big. That's Hosford Building and Nevis Centers, your trusted partner in hurricane preparedness. Because when the storm hits, it's too late to start preparing. Hosford's, building for a safer tomorrow. Terms and conditions apply.
Did you know that Flow Scholarship Awards has been empowering high school students across the Federation since 1988?
Over the past 36 years, Pro has invested in $1.5 million in financial assistance towards this scholarship program.
Flow has proudly awarded scholarship to over 350 students and counselors.
Many of whom have gone on to have successful careers in the medical field, politics, education, and so much more.
Our Flow Scholars are making real contributions to St. Kitts and Nevis.
And guess what? This year we get to do it all over again on September 5th. A new cohort of students will be awarded scholarships, and that means school expenses are covered from Form 1 all the way up to CFBC. That's textbooks, uniforms, and all associated expenses. Guys, isn't that just amazing? We're truly out here connecting communities and transforming lives. Stay tuned to our platform for updates.
On the regional scene, a prison officer has been charged with the murder of an inmate following an altercation in Antigua's prison. Dwight Peters from Ovals is accused of causing the death of 26-year-old Rignaldo Isaac. The incident, which occurred on April 28, 2024, has sent shockwaves through the correctional system and raised serious questions about inmate safety. According to official reports, Isaac sustained life-threatening injuries during a confrontation with Peters. The young inmate was immediately rushed to the hospital in critical condition. Medical examinations revealed a severe spinal cord injury, leaving Isaac paralyzed from the waist down. As Isaac awaited surgical intervention, his health took a dire turn. Complications arose, including a potentially fatal pulmonary embolism. Despite the best efforts of medical professionals, Isaac's condition continued to deteriorate rapidly. Tragically, on May 11, 2024, just shy of 2 weeks after the initial altercation, Isaac succumbed to his injuries. The official cause of death was recorded as quadriplegia, a direct result of the spinal cord damage sustained during the prison incident. The gravity of the situation has prompted authorities to pursue serious charges. Peters is now scheduled to appear before the court on Thursday. Still on the regional scene, over 500,000 grams of drugs, including cocaine, marijuana, crack, and other illegal substances have been seized in a series of raids across several provinces in the Dominican Republic. The National Directorate of Drug Control, or DNCD, and the National Police, under the coordination of the Public Ministry, collaborated in this national effort to combat drug trafficking and sales in the country. As part of anti-micro-trafficking operations, authorities arrested 2,537 individuals and confiscated 366,109 grams of cocaine, 118,744 grams of marijuana, 17,458 grams of crack, 100 grams of hashish, 7.5 grams of methamphetamine, and 116 ecstasy pills. The raids have also led to the seizure of 13 firearms, 119 knives and machetes, 7 vehicles, 214 motorcycles, 732 cell phones, 30 communication radios, 3 bulletproof vests, 228 scales, 2 slot machines, and a significant amount of cash. The operations targeted areas including Greater Santo Domingo, La Vega, Santiago, San Cristobal, and other regions. Authorities have confiscated more than 7 million grams of drugs since the beginning of 2024. And coming up, first private spacewalk set for Thursday, led by billionaire Jared Isaacman. International news is up next.
You're never too young to start planning for your financial future. That's why I decided to visit National Caribbean Insurance to speak with one of their friendly sales agents.
Here at NCI, we strive to ensure customer satisfaction by choosing the right policy for you. Our endowment plans provides customers with adequate returns on their investment. The quinquennial bonus policy offers a 25% payout of the sum assured every 5 years. Other life insurance packages can help to secure your family's future. Also, please consider our health plans so you can be reimbursed for medical expenses to ease financial impact. Just remember, the younger you are, the more affordable insurance is for you.
Don't wait until it's too late to apply. Make an appointment to see a sales agent.
Visit us today. We serve, we protect, we satisfy. That's NCI.
Space tourism is reaching new heights. Spacewalking. Tech billionaire Jared Isaacman is poised to make history on Thursday by attempting the first private spacewalk from a SpaceX capsule. This event comes just 2 days after he and his crew launched from Florida, achieving an altitude higher than any human has flown since NASA's moon missions. Isaacman partnered with SpaceX CEO Elon Musk to purchase a series of space flights and develop new spacesuits. SpaceX will become the first private company to attempt a spacewalk, a feat previously accomplished only by 12 countries. Spacewalking is known to be among the most dangerous aspects of space travel, requiring intense training. Some experts, like risk analyst Ilan Kelman from University College London, cautioned that while non-professional spacewalks are inevitable, fatalities are likely. Kelman stressed the need for transparency about the risks involved, especially given the low chance of rescue in serious emergencies. Unlike typical spacewalks conducted at the International Space Station, Isaacman and SpaceX engineer Sarah Gillis will venture just outside the capsule while orbiting about 450 miles above Earth. The mission will test new spacesuits with all crew members exposed to the vacuum of space due to the lack of an airlock. The spacewalk is expected to last no more than 2 hours, with each participant spending 15 to 20 minutes outside to test the suits. Safety measures are in place, including tethers and constant contact with the capsule. The mission will be monitored from inside by SpaceX engineer Anna Menon and former Air Force pilot Scott Kidd Poteet. And during a visit to the drought and fire-ravaged Amazon, President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva vowed to pave a controversial road that environmentalists fear could accelerate deforestation in the world's largest rainforest and worsen climate change. The BR-319 roadway, a largely unpaved route, connects the states of Amazonas and Roraima to the rest of Brazil and ends in Manaus, the region's largest city. It runs alongside the Madeira River, which is at its lowest recorded level, disrupting cargo navigation and leaving much of its reverb exposed. Quote, "We can't leave two capitals isolated, but we will do it with the utmost responsibility," Lula said during his visit to an indigenous community. Hours later, he signed a contract to pave 52 kilometers of the road and promised to begin work on a more controversial 400-kilometer stretch through old-growth forest before his term ends in 2026. A permit for this section was granted under former President Jair Bolsonaro, who promoted Amazon development and weakened environmental protections. A federal court suspended the permit in July after a lawsuit by the Climate Observatory, a coalition of environmental groups. While Lula's government appealed the suspension, his latest remarks show a clear intent to proceed, prompting concern among activists. Quote, "The paving of the BR-319 without proper environmental governance will lead to historic deforestation," warned Sully Araujo of the Climate Observatory. Lula, who has slowed deforestation since taking office, criticized the pressure from wealthier nations to preserve the Amazon, an essential resource for global climate stability. "The world that buys our food demands we preserve the Amazon," he said. "And why? Because they want us to take care of the air they breathe," end quote. Brazil is experiencing its worst drought on record, with 59% of the country affected. In the Amazon, low river levels have stranded hundreds of communities, causing shortages of potable water and food. Lula announced emergency measures, including water filter distribution, during his visit. Meanwhile, smoke from Amazon wildfires has spread across Brazil, affecting millions and reaching distant cities such as Sao Paulo. At the event, Environment Minister Marina Silva blamed climate change for the fires, calling them a phenomenon we don't even know how to handle, end quote. Silva has been more cautious about the paving project, criticizing the Bolsonaro-era permit and supporting its suspension. As the world's fifth largest emitter of greenhouse gases, Brazil faces scrutiny over its Amazon policies, with nearly half of its emissions due to deforestation. And up next in sports, Sugar Boys defeat BVI in Nations League and CPL very competitive, says CEO. Stay tuned.
You're never too young to start planning for your financial future. That's why I decided to visit National Caribbean Insurance to speak with one of their friendly sales agents.
Here at NCI, we strive to ensure customer satisfaction by choosing the right policy for you. Our endowment plans provides customers with adequate returns on their investments. The quinquennial bonus policy offers a 25% payout of the sum assured every 5 years. Other life insurance packages can help to secure your family's future. Also, please consider our health plans so you can be reimbursed for medical expenses to ease financial impact. Just remember, the younger you are, the more affordable insurance is for you.
Don't wait until it's too late to apply. Make an appointment to see a sales agent.
Visit us today. We serve, we protect, we satisfy. That's NCI.
First up in sports, this country's senior men's footballers have made it 2 wins out of 2 in CONCACAF Nations League C Group 3 action with a 2-0 victory over the British Virgin Islands. The Sugar Boys took only 11 minutes to open the scoring as they carved open the BVI defense for Tiquani Williams to put the finishing touches on the well-executed sequence of play. Soon after, the Sugar Boys did not capitalize on an opportunity to double their lead. While a lapse in concentration in defense almost gifted the British Virgin Islands an equalizer, the Sugar Boys held a 1-0 lead at the halftime interval. At the start of the second half, the Sugar Boys came close to finding that all-important second goal. That goal eventually came in the 64th minute. Tiquani Williams used his pace to take advantage of an errant back pass by the BVI defender, and it was 2-0 to the Sugar Boys. 2-0 St. Kitts and Nevis would defeat the British Virgin Islands. Should the Sugar Boys win the group, they would earn promotion to League B in 2025. The action in the 12th season of the Republic Bank Caribbean Premier League is in full swing, with matches now being played in St. Lucia and Barbados. Chief Executive Officer of the league, dubbed the biggest party in sport, Pete Russell, says he is happy with the competitive level shown in the league to date.
You've got some of the smaller islands, if they can beat the big teams, for Antigua to take down TKR was great for them. That's sort of personal pride for all Antiguans. But as I said right at the start, all of the teams are fairly evenly matched. So for us, it's about making sure that, we continue to bring players through. I mean, you look at Jewel Andrew, you look at Louis here, who's been fantastic. I know he's very nervous before his first game, but for the local fans to see one of their own come out and perform in the way that he has done is really heartening. And that's something we're going to continue to evolve, because for us it is about developing players as much as putting on great cricket here.
And just how competitive is the Caribbean Premier League? Well, of the 6 franchises taking part this season, 4 teams, the Trinbago Knight Riders, the St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots, the Barbados Royals, and defending champions, the Guyana Amazon Warriors, have won the league at least once. Only the St. Lucia Kings and the league's newest franchise, the Antigua and Barbuda Falcons, are still in search of their first CPL title. And when we come back, we'll have another look at the stories that made the headlines.
You're never too young to start planning for your financial future. That's why I decided to visit National Caribbean Insurance to speak with one of their friendly sales agents.
Here at NCI, we strive to ensure customer satisfaction by choosing the right policy for you. Our endowment plans provides customers with adequate returns on their investment. The quinquennial bonus policy offers a 25% payout of the sum assured every 5 years. Other life insurance packages can help to secure your family's future. Also, please consider our health plans so you can be reimbursed for medical expenses to ease financial impact. Just remember, the younger you are, the more affordable insurance is for you.
Don't wait until it's too late to apply. Make an appointment to see a sales agent.
Visit us today. We serve, we protect, we satisfy. That's NCI.
Recapping the top stories, the Prime Minister says Elevate program is science-driven and sustainable. OECS Director General implores region to make social empowerment a priority, and traditional appreciation of daytime parade for Independence 41. And that's the end of the ZIZ Channel 5 newscast. Thank you so much for joining us. I've been your presenter, Shaira Flanders. Have a good one.